Hello and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I believe I'm finally doing this. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Jamie Lee. Love creating beauty content. I have been doing so on Instagram and on TikTok for a little while now. I figured it was just a matter of time before I made my way over to YouTube because I can do some more in-depth tutorials on here and also to share about the journey I have up ahead, which I will share a little bit more about in a bit here. I figured to start out for my first video, I would show just my everyday makeup routine, which is what I have on here. If you're interested in hearing more about why I'm over here on YouTube now, and to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Lately, to start my makeup, I have been keeping things really simple on the base. I don't really do a full face of foundation and all of that. But I have been enjoying this e.l.f. Halo Glow. I'm sure you've seen this all over social media. I use the shade 4, which is medium. So I just like to start by doing a little bit of this all over my skin, and this just kind of acts as my first layer of, like my layer of foundation. So the main reason I feel like I haven't moved over to YouTube until just now is for a few reasons. One, I feel like I didn't have the equipment for it. I just got a new phone like 2 days ago, which has plenty of memory space now, plenty of storage, which I did not have on my last phone, so I could hardly film anything unless I was filming like in the TikTok app where I could just film and edit right there and I didn't have to like store footage on my phone. So now that I have better storage and a better camera on my phone, I figured that this would be the most opportune time to get started on YouTube. Look how beautiful this glow is. It's so pretty. By the way, this is not my normal setup. I usually do my makeup in my bedroom at my vanity, but the lighting there honestly kind of sucks. I figured some natural lighting in the living room would be a much better situation. And of course, I always blend this down my neck here. Next, I like to go in with the Rara Beauty Cream Bronzing Stick. This is the shade Happy Soul. I just like to take this on my brush directly. I have swiped it on my skin before, but I feel like you get a better application with only the amount of product that you need by just applying it onto your brush, getting it on there, and then popping it onto your skin. Another reason why I feel like I haven't moved over to YouTube is because I feel like there are just a million beauty creators out there, and it's like, why do we need another one? But I feel like that's the excuse a lot of people use, or like what kind of scares them into getting started. And then many of them end up doing really well with it. Honestly, for me, this isn't about getting a following. I enjoy creating content. I do work in social media full time. I'm currently working for a skincare company. This is just like an outlet for being creative for me. I also always like to take my contour and blend it down my neck right here. I feel like okay, that was a little uneven, but I feel like it kind of sculpts things out and like continues the bronzing situation, like where it would naturally fall. Next, I go in with my Rara Beauty blush. This is one of the matte formulas and it's the shade Bliss. I am pretty oily, so I try not to go for super glowy products for my skin. I try to go for more like satin finish or mattifying finishes. I just like to apply this with a brush to blend it out. I need more Rara Beauty blushes. These formulas are just like so good. Like I was saying, I feel like there are so many beauty creators out there, and that made me really hesitant to start this. But again, it's just fun for me. And another little fun fact about me, I am actually looking to pursue my makeup artist certification very soon. Been saving up to take an online course that is going to take me through all sorts of things and kind of just really get me going on my makeup artist journey. I have been doing makeup for other people, like just casually here and there for friends and family for probably 3 years or so. I kind of started in college just helping friends for fun, and then eventually became something that people were like, hey, you're pretty good at this, like have you ever considered trying to do it as at least a side hustle, if not a career path eventually. And I was like, I didn't even think about that. Like, I just didn't think that that was an option for me. I'm gonna move to concealer now. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but I only use this to spot correct. This is the shade Tiramisu. I use this to spot correct because I love the way that it dries down and covers up really well, but I don't like it on my under eye because I find that it creates more lines than what are actually on my face. And I'd like to let that dry for like a minute or two so that it really grips to the skin when I'm ready to blend it out. In the meantime, I will do my other under eye concealer. I've been using this Shape Tape one from Tarte, but it's the creamy Shape Tape concealer. I like this so much better than some of the other ones because it keeps your skin really hydrated in the under eye area, which I feel like once you set with powder and stuff, it can get really cakey. So I love how hydrating this is, but it's still really full coverage too. So I just pop a little bit in here. Sometimes a little bit on the edge out here if I'm feeling fancy. Center of my forehead, side of my nose, and the chin's kind of already covered, but just for fun. My beauty blender is really dirty right now, but I like to use the baby, like really mini beauty blenders to get my under eye area, and then I use a bigger one for all the other spot concealing on my face. But yeah, so I am looking to pursue my makeup artistry certification. I haven't really like advertised myself as a makeup artist because I still feel like there's so much that I don't know. I feel like I have some of the artistry down, but like all the technical stuff, like the business side of everything, or proper sanitation practices, how to match skin tones and deal with different types of skin. Like there's just so much to learn. And I just want to set myself up like really well before I go and work on somebody's face, because I would like to do like bridal and special occasions. So you don't want to mess up somebody's wedding day. Like that would be so embarrassing. Like I said, I have done some friends and family in the past. I actually did get the chance to do my friend's wedding a couple years ago. And that day, I'm pretty sure is what solidified it for me. Like I was on a high, like all day I could do the bride and 3 bridesmaids and then of course myself. I thought it turned out beautifully for starters. I actually do have a video on my TikTok right now that walks through the kind of bridal look that I usually go for special occasions and for brides, for weddings. It's like a beautiful rosy, just rosy romantic look using the Jaclyn Hill palette. So if you want to see that, pop over to my TikTok. I am at j.lee.perez. That day doing makeup kind of just like lit something up inside of me that made me want to potentially pursue this as more of a job. So then I started looking into beauty schools and I found one that I'm hoping I like. It's called Online Makeup Academy. So if you've heard of it and you have any reviews or feedback about it, please let me know because I have been saving up for it, but it seems pretty solid. It seems like you're gonna learn like so many details that are just so like important to know. That is the main reason why I wanted to start my YouTube channel, is because I feel like people come to social media in general to present themselves as an expert in their field, which is very helpful when you're coming to learn from experts and trying to educate yourself. But I feel like in a way it does some harm in that it can make you feel a little bit inferior, like, wow, there's so much I don't know. Like I can't bring myself to this platform and I can't show up here because I don't know as much as everybody else. My skin is looking good today. Skin is looking good today. I'm gonna set my eyes really quick. I've been using the e.l.f. HD setting powder. Listen, this is a drugstore powder. It's probably like $6 or $8, and this is one of the best powders that I have used. I've been starting to try more high-end powders, and I keep coming back to this because it's just like so finely milled. It's so like, it just sets so beautifully. You don't need that much to like really lock everything in place, and it's set for the whole day. I feel like I'm gonna keep jumping to random stories throughout this video. I'm trying to stay on track here. I'm gonna set with a powder puff. Technique for powder is I like to get some in the cap and tap it onto the powder puff. And then, hopefully my hand's not too sweaty. And then I like to warm it up in my hand. I learned this from Nikki LaRose, who is like my favorite YouTuber. She's a celebrity makeup artist in LA, and I watch her videos while I work out at the gym. And I've learned so much from her. And she taught me this. You warm it up in your hand and it makes it like ready to apply onto your under eye so much better. right under here. And I also like to get my lid, because I have kind of oily eyelids, so I like to set them in place before I do my eyeshadow. Anyway, to continue on my little spiel, I wanted to show up on here to show the journey of becoming a makeup artist. I don't know where my makeup artist journey is gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna be successful yet. I don't know if I am gonna be able to turn this into something full-time, or maybe I won't even enjoy it, like who knows. So I just wanted to use this opportunity to show what the journey looks like, so that people who are in the same boat as me, who like don't know what they're doing, they want to start, but they don't know what it looks like to get to success. Like people like to show when they're already at success. I want to show the journey of getting there. And hopefully that this helps, you know, somebody who has been in my shoes and what I've been thinking about the last couple of years and thinking about pursuing makeup artistry, that this will be helpful to them too. These are the good things, the bad things, like this is what the journey looks like, and maybe I can do that too. So that is why I wanted to start this page. So I will take you through what I'm learning, like obviously not every little detail of the classes because I'm paying for those, but I will show things that I'm learning. I will show the whole kit that I'm gonna get with the program. They start you off with a full kit that's worth like $700 with high quality makeup. I'm so excited for that. It's like my favorite, it's like my favorite part. I wanna walk you through like what this process looks like, as well as like teach what I already know. I have been studying makeup, as in watching 8 million Instagram and TikTok videos a day since I was in high school. I think I would just scroll through makeup videos for hours and hours on end every day, and so much of what I've learned came through just watching other people, because I don't really have anybody in my life that has done this, that has gone to makeup school or become a makeup artist. So I don't really have people to learn from aside from what's on the internet. So that's also why this has been kind of a scary jump for me, because I have no clue what I'm doing. If you're thinking about becoming a makeup artist, hopefully this can encourage you, or at least that you know you have a buddy that's going through it too. I'll be your buddy for that. I'm gonna move to powder bronzer. I've been using this one from Tarte. It's the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I like it because it's not too orangey. Like a lot of bronzers are really orangey on me. Look how pretty. Love that. One of the things that got me into makeup was honestly my skin. I have very oily, acne prone skin, and I've been dealing with acne since high school, and makeup was a way to cover it up, to be honest. That's half of the reason I got into makeup and how I got pretty decent at concealing things, because I always had acne that I needed to cover. There were so many days, like especially in college, I started getting really bad cystic acne on my cheeks. I still struggle with it. It's super painful. It's left so many scars, and there were days where I wouldn't even want to leave my dorm room because I didn't want people to see my skin because it was that bad and I was that embarrassed of it. Yeah, makeup gives you a little bit of confidence to try and cover it up until it heals, just make you feel better. So that's a big reason why I got into makeup. Next, I'm gonna go with powder blush. This is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush from Tarte in the shade Bloom. It's this gorgeous rose, like dusty rose color. I love blushes like this. Little touch of pink on your cheek. So cute. Another reason I got into makeup was actually from one of my good friends in high school. Her and her sister were like pretty big into makeup, and they actually taught me a lot of like the beginning stuff that I learned, just like what was used for what, like how to apply things, what brands to go shop for. So they were like the sisters I didn't have growing up. I just have an older brother, and my mom, she's definitely a girly girl, but she didn't like study makeup. Like she just has her everyday makeup routine that she's probably done the same thing for many, many years. That's what works for her, and she looks great. But she doesn't love makeup like I love makeup. Learned like the original basics of like what she would do on herself when I would have like a dance recital or a picture day. She would be like, well, this is what I do, so we're just gonna do this on you. Shout out to some old friends that kind of got me into things. It got me to love it, and now I'm addicted and I have way too much makeup, and I will keep buying more. And that's that. To set my face, I'm gonna be using the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. I had been seeing this everywhere, and I recently just picked it up to try it, and I feel like it sets your makeup pretty well, actually. It smells very like fancy. Like, I feel bougie spraying this. It feels so good. I always like to push in my setting spray with a sponge, preferably one that has a flat side like this. And I just like to lightly tap, 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 so that I know that it's gonna really set everything. But also, sometimes, this one's a nice fine mist, so I probably won't have the issue of splotchy droplets, but other setting sprays I've used, especially towards the end of the bottle, you get all those little spots, and this helps make sure that they're all blended out and they don't dry with splotches on your face. Next, I like to move to brows. I don't usually fill them on a daily basis, so I usually just use a clear brow gel, and I love this one from e.l.f. It looks super gross right now because it has like bits of concealer and foundation in it, but I promise it works. It's a two-ended little deal, so it's got a brow gel on one side and a clear mascara on the other side, which I also use every day, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I just use the brow side and comb my brows. I really need to do them soon. So that just kind of locks them in place, and as long as you don't touch them, I've found this to be a pretty good brow gel, and I've tried a few different ones, and there's so many that end up looking really like waxy, or like they flake off, or if they have those fibers in them and then it just looks like dusty on your eyebrows. This doesn't do that. Like, and this is literally like $2 or $3. I love it. I've gone through like 100 of these. Next, I always need a little bit of eyeshadow, just like a transition shade to put in my crease and under my eye. This palette, you're gonna laugh, but this is the Lion King palette from Luminous Cosmetics. It's the collab that they did with Sir John. Super fun, like colorful and neutral palette. As you can tell, this is the shade that I absolutely love. I just think it works so well for my skin tones. Like, it's so natural. It's called Safari Khaki, so it's like a nice neutral khaki color. I take it on a just fluffy tapered brush like this. This is from Morphe. It's the M441 brush. I've had this thing for years, so she's a little beaten up. Take this shade into my crease just for a little bit of definition in my eyelid, and I drag it up to the side here, create a little bit of a lift too. And I feel like this color makes the green in my eyes come out quite a bit. My eyes are hazel, in case you're wondering. People always ask. They kind of shift colors depending on what I'm wearing, depending on what eyeshadow I put on. Also take it under my eye with like a small tapered brush like this, right across my lower lash line. The second thing I like to do is a little bit of a tiny baby wing with some eyeshadow. Same palette, this deep shade here. It's called Pride Rock. Small angled brush like this. I got a really zoomed up mirror. I've had this thing, it's probably from the dollar store, and I think I've had it since I was like 7 years old. But it's got two sides to it, a regular side and then a zoomy side. It helps me like really see everything that I'm doing, especially when I'm going in with mascara. It's the best. But I take this mirror and I take this little angled brush and start to carve out a small wing shape. I start by angling it up towards my brow and then dragging it in, and I only take it about halfway on my eye, like right above my pupil is where I stop. Again, from the corner of my eye up towards my eyebrow, and then I start to drag it in, keeping it pretty thin. Concealer brush like this, and just clean up the bottom. Drag it out so that it's nice and sharp at the end. For mascara, I'm gonna crack open a new one. It's not new to me, but it's a new bottle. This is the Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte. This is probably my favorite mascara of all time. I feel like this kind of does it all. Like, it gives you the volume, it gives some length, it gives a nice feathery finish. It's just everything I wanted to do. This is a limited edition packaging that I think I bought over the holidays. So normally it's a purple, like it looks like a quilted type of pattern on the packaging. I love these kinds of wands because they're nice and thin, but they've got like a fluffier bristle. It's gonna give that volume, but because it's so thin, you can actually get behind your lashes too, which is a technique that I like to use to give like a 360 volume to my lashes. Again, with our zoomy mirror, I like to go with one layer to coat all of my lashes. Move to my bottom lashes. Again, I'm going with this clear mascara that doesn't look very clear. I go with the lash side to get my bottom lashes. I don't like anything super dark on my bottom lashes because it makes me look kind of scary. This gives just enough definition to like open up my eye a little bit, have a little something something, make all the faces you need. And the reason that I moved to the bottom lashes before going in with my second coat up top is because it allows the top coat to get just tacky enough that when you apply the second coat, it has something to stick to. Like if you just go back and forth and keep applying to add layers, eventually you'll get the volume that you want, but it'll take more product because the product's still wet from that first application, that if you go right back in with the second coat, it's honestly just gonna pull off what you just put on. So allowing that first coat to dry a little bit makes it a little bit tacky, so it'll stick and grip to this second coat and add on to what you just did rather than pull it off. With this application, I like to get behind my lashes, again, to get that 360 coating that gives nice volume, and it helps add on those little fibers that are in the mascara. So this step really helps with lengthening the lashes. Always, always follow up that back swipe with a swipe back up to return the curl to your lashes to make sure that they're lifted again, because otherwise it will pull your lashes down. Behind the lash and back in front of the lash. And I like to use the tip of my brush to pull my lashes apart if they're clumping, because to me, like the best lash is a nice feathery one where you can see every little hair. And that's that. So pretty. If I've gotten like some concealer or foundation on my lip, I'll go in with this lip scrub from e.l.f. It's like a lipstick bullet. Where is it? They just twist up and it's got a lip scrub on there. This helps to exfoliate your lips too, so it'll leave them really soft and take off any product that you don't want on your lips before you do any lip application. I think you can lick this off and eat it, but I don't want to do that. So I just wipe it off. I usually just go in with like a chapstick or a lip balm. I've been using this one from Image Skincare. It's their Ormetic lip. This one has a pink sheer tint in it, but they have like a clear one too that I also like. Apply a little bit of this guy. And that's it. This is my whole everyday makeup look. I know I only got to share like a few things about me in this video, but I just wanted to kind of set the tone and just get my first video out there so I can get myself to post YouTube videos. I would love for you to follow along my journey. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video, you know, all the things you're supposed to do on YouTube. Feel free to ask any questions that you have about my makeup artist journey, or any looks you would like to see. You can follow me on Instagram at jaylee.makeup. That Instagram is strictly for makeup. I'm trying to be more active on it again. I've taken a bit of a break since I transitioned over to TikTok more. But you can follow me on TikTok as well at j.leeperez. And there I have a lot of get ready with me videos, some makeup tutorials. I've been recreating makeup looks from like the new Ariel movie, the new Little Mermaid movie. I've done looks from The Bachelorette and recreating Charity's makeup looks from this season. It's a whole bunch of fun stuff, trying different makeup trends. So feel free to follow me over there, and you'll also learn a little bit more about my personal life, I guess. I post stuff about working in social media, stuff about living with my brother. My brother's my roommate. We just moved to Florida a year ago from Chicago, so I'm originally from Chicago. I've shared some of my journey and just life in Florida over on TikTok as well. So feel free to follow me wherever you want to follow me. I'm also on Threads now. Is anybody on Threads yet? I know it's only been a few days, but I really like it. Love to take you along with me so we can journey through this together. But thank you so much for watching this video, watching my first YouTube video, and I hope you will stick around.